Welcome to Lepova and my absolute beginner's guide to how to loot weapons and attachments in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on the Xbox One. Now, this isn't an advanced video at all. This is for the people who are just starting off, who are perhaps a little bit confused about weapons and attachments, what you're meant to do. So, when you run up to a gun, you hit X and you pick it up. And then you can pick up your ammunition as well, again pressing X. And then you press and hold X. And the gun will then reload. Now, to aim and fire the gun, depending if you've got controller preset A or controller preset B, I recommend using controller preset B, but if it's controller preset A, you tap your left trigger and it'll aim down sights, and then you tap it again and you'll stop aiming down sights. If you've got controller preset B, you aim down sights and it stays aimed down, and then you pull the right trigger to fire. Press and hold X and it will reload. So, you run around and you pick up things like grenades. Bags are very important, so you can carry more stuff. Helmets are very, very important. What you're looking for, really, as your starter weapons is you want an assault rifle, well, as your finishing weapons, really, an assault rifle and a submachine gun. They're the things. Shotguns are okay, but they're not brilliant for the later game unless you're inside buildings. If you're outside. So that's automatic shotgun there, S12K, so I'm not interested in that, so I'm just going to keep running around. And off we go. Now we're going to go through some houses. The other things you want to pick up are obviously a helmet, a vest, and a bag. The higher the number, the better it is. So level 2 is better than level 1, level 3 is better than level 2, etc. So let's hope we can find some bits. So what I'm going to do is show you how you can put those bits on your gun. So let's have a look around here. Right, here we go. So we've got a DP28. Now I can press X to pick up the DP28, put my cursor over the ammunition. Now I've still got the shotgun, so what I want to do now is if I tap Y, I'll swap to the DP28 and press and hold X. Now the DP28 is a light machine gun with a massive magazine, so it's pretty good actually. It's alright for up close work. Sort of a bit of a big magazine AK. 47. Now, here's a good one. Here's a shotgun choke. So if I press X to pick up the shotgun choke, and then if I press the inventory button, which is the button on your controller with the two little squares on, sorry, no, it's not. It's the options button, the one with the little lines on, we'll get into the inventory. Now, if you use your shoulder buttons, the right shoulder button, we can go over to the attachments. And if I press A on the attachment, it's going to put that shotgun choke onto my press it twice onto my shotgun, and what the shotgun choke does is it decreases the scatter of the shotgun. Now here's an AK-47. Now I'd rather have an AK-47 than a shotgun, so what I do is I press Y to switch to my shotgun and press X to pick up the AK-47, and now I can pick up the ammunition, and look, there's a compensator, so I press X to pick up the compensator. Press the start button, which is the one with the three lines in the controller. And now what we can see is if I press the shoulder button, we can see attach compensator. And if I press A, then A again, it will attach the compensator to my AK-47. Let's pick up this painkiller. Now, if I press and hold X, I'll reload my AK-47. And always remember, with the automatic weapons, use the left on the D-pad to set it to full auto. Or single fire, or burst, whichever you like. But generally, as soon as you pick up a weapon, you want to be reloading it and then setting it to fully automatic. So let's carry on looking and see if we can find some of the nice attachments. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is instead of clicking on things, I'm going to press the start button on my controller, the one with the three lines on. And instead of going in, I'm going to pick the stuff up like this. So if you use your D-pad to go up and down, you can see I can select what's on the floor. And if I press X, I can pick it up. And now it has gone into my inventory. Similarly, if I wanted to drop something while I'm in the inventory, if I press Y, I can drop it, which is nice and easy as well. So press B to come out of that. We can start looking around. Now the blue is coming in, so we don't have much time. I don't want the helmet. Remember, I can check. Right, I still haven't got a bulletproof vest, so that's no good. We always want to have bulletproof vests. Right, here we go. So if we go in here, we see there's a scar on the floor, which is a really nice assault rifle. So again, I'm going to press the button with the small button with the 3 lines on to bring up the SCAR. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the SCAR, and then using down on the D-pad, see how I can change that on the right side to the DP28. I'm going to swap the SCAR for the DP28. Then using down, up and down on the D-pad and using the X button, I'm going to pick up the 5.56 ammunition. So I've picked that up. Now using the right shoulder button, I go over to my inventory, go down, and over the 12 gauge I press drop, because I don't want to be carrying any 12 gauge ammunition, because you only carry so much. Now what should I be doing now? I swap to the SCAR, press and hold X to reload, press left on the D-pad to change it to fully automatic. How cool is that? Right, let's go and find some attachments. So now I've got 2 assault rifles, one that takes 5.56 ammunition, which is the SCAR, same as the M416, the M16, and then I've got an AK, well, basically an AK-47, which takes the 7. Let's pick up the energy drink. Right. So now there's a red dot here on the floor, so if I press X, I can pick it up. If I go into my inventory, I go to the red dot, and you see on the right it's highlighted both weapons. I can choose whichever weapon I want to put this on, because it will fit either. So I'll say attach, and actually I'll put the red dot on the AKM. There we go. So now if I swap to my AKM and look down sights, there we go. I've got a nice little red dot. Let's go in here. Now the attachments you really want, well, you want to fill them all up on the weapon. But if we look at the AKM at the top, you can put a sight on it. That blank middle one would be some sort of magazine. You start off with a quick draw magazine, and then an extended magazine, and the best one is a quick draw extended magazine. And then you have what you're putting on the end. So the first one would be a flash hider, then a compensator. The compensator helps control recoil, and the best thing is a silencer. Now with the SCAR, that can take a sight, it can take a magazine, it can take a grip, a vertical or a horizontal grip, vertical or an angle grip, and there's lots more grips to come. And then it can take something for the nozzle, so a flash hider or a compensator or a silencer. But basically you want to fill all those things up if you can. Let's have a look around in here. Always want to be picking up bandages. We've got some more 7.62 ammunition, so we want to pick that up. And we've got some even more 7.62, so let's do it. Right, we've got a quick draw mag now, see on the floor. So I can either X to pick it up, or if I press A, I can equip it straight to a gun. Now, I would probably put this one on my AK, because that AK is going to be my go-to close quarters weapon. Just picking up the ammunition as well. And I'm probably going to put a sight on the right. There's a suppressor for an SMG there. I'm probably going to put the sight on the SCAR with the 7.76. Now, whenever you pick up any sort of magazine, it's always a good idea to reload the gun. Because if it's a extended magazine, it will then put those bullets into your weapon. And that, my friends, really is the basics of picking up guns. Now, before we go, I'll just show you a couple more things as well. So we talked about aiming down sights, didn't we? Now remember, when you're aiming down sights, if you click down on the right stick, you'll lean right. If you click down on the left stick, you'll lean left. Very good for peeking corners, like so. And also, now this can be a bit tricky, but if you press the shoulder button, the left shoulder button while you're aiming down sights, you'll hold your breath and zoom in a little bit. You can only do that for so long, and that will make you a little bit more accurate as well. Also, always remember that when you're firing, the worst firing position is to be moving, although you have to avoid bullets sometimes. You get more accurate if you go prone on your knees, and then you're really accurate when you go lie down. But the problem with that is you're very exposed, so I wouldn't recommend you do that. So let me just pop a bandage and just say, well, there we go. That is my absolute beginner's guide to looting weapons and putting attachment on them. And remember, the more you do it, the more you practice, the better you get and the faster you'll get. And a little thing as well you can do is, if you want to get a bit of practice with your guns, just remember the things like windows are really good to get you used to sort of centralizing and seeing how the control works. Anyway, that's enough from me. Thanks for watching. Put any questions and comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, like. If you want to see more, press subscribe. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon.